But as you may know, the Footbridge issue in Madina has come under very intense, public discussion again. Why is this so? The reason is because pedestrians often are disregarding the use of it. They rather cross the road rather than use the footbridge. Now we know how this story became topical. At a certain point in the previous administration, there was a significant number of deaths recorded because drivers were crashing into, humans who were crossing the road at unapproved, points. Now the pressure mounted, particularly from media and a section of the public in Madina, meant that, government had to come in to construct the footbridge. But now we've seen that indiscipline crawl back again, and it's got a lot of people talking. My colleague Philip ordinarily will be in the studio with me, but he is currently stationed at Madina to bring us some more insights on this particular conversation. Good morning, Philip, and welcome to Breakfast. Hello, Philip. If you can hear me, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning, Jude. I trust you are doing well.
I'm amazing. I trust you are fine as well.
Jude, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning, and good morning to
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, like you indicated, today I'm at Madina Zongo Junction, and in 2020 to 2021, somewhere into 2024, the chaos that one will see here is very much, or you see a lot of chaos here. Should you use the stretch, say, on your left side, getting to Pantai, or going to Ebri, or behind me, maybe going to Atomic, or there's a road that goes to Reese Junction, and in front of me, it's going to Madina Market, and behind me, it's going to Legon, Accra Mall, Okponglo, through to Accra. So in the year 2021, the then Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey visited this place, where he noticed that the place was chaotic. A wire mesh was constructed so that pedestrians or people who want to cross from one side to the other will use the footbridge. The footbridge has been of great concern because of the number of accidents we've been recording here, or the number of road crashes we're recording here, that leads to the death of pedestrians. So the action that was put in place was to get the wire mesh constructed, but some recalcitrant individuals destroyed this wire mesh so they can get their way through and cross to the other side of the road. But with the onset of this administration and the Chief Executive Officer for La Nkwantana Madina Municipality, it looks like some sanity has been brought here again. So, Jude, looking at what we are saying here, if you see what I'm holding, it's an iron rod inside, and I think rubber around it. So, should you try crossing this place, then definitely it's either you are receiving about 2 or 3 strokes of this, or you would have to find your way out of this place. It's just interesting, and the guards here are not taking it lightly because they are ensuring sanity at this place, and the vehicles are allowed to move freely. If you are moving from Legon side going to Pantang, the gridlock that you witness here, you could stay here in a gridlock for about an hour or 2. There are other measures to that have been put in place to ensure that the place is well maintained. There is sanity here, and also the sanitary condition here is also good. Maybe some assemblies would have to learn from what the Nkwantana Madina Assembly has done. But I'll speak to the Deputy Chief Director here. I'll speak to the Deputy Chief Director here and ask a few questions what has been done. Oh, madam, you can stand here and ask a few questions what has been done to ensure that every individual uses the footbridge. The footbridge, which is very important. We also understand that in the month of December, some road crashes were recorded here. People died or lost their lives, and that has compelled the Assembly to do this initiative to ensure that every individual who uses the side of the road, that is Madina Junction, is made or compelled to use the footbridge. Good morning, madam. You're welcome to Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV.
Thank you.
Your name?
My name is Confidence Logo.
Okay. So first of all, I want to find out from you, how was this place like, let's say, some 3 or 4 months ago?
Okay, it was quite messy. You could see the vehicular movement. There's a lot of traffic here. And then most of the people, the pedestrians also choose to cross by foot. So it creates a very chaotic situation over here and very, very bad. And then so, but before 3 months ago, it's been something that has been happening for a while. So when the chief executive came to office, it was discussed at management meeting and both at MUSEC also as to how to resolve the issue. And before then, it's not only December that we lost life. We've been losing lives as a result of people ignoring the use of the footbridge. And so it's something that has been going on year in, year out. The loss of life is a daily thing. And so by then it has come to a point where we needed to do what? Solve the problem once and for all. And coupled with the fields around, we needed to solve the traffic issues and then ensure that traffic flows freely. And also people use the footbridge and also to get rid of the fields. And so like I said, MCE came, we had discussions, MUSEC, management, and the decision was made. First of all, we had to reinforce. At first we were having the wire fence. Yeah. But then as of last year, almost all of them were down because the pedestrians will still want to use the cross by foot. They managed to pull them down.
And did they pull them down in the day, at night? What period of time did they pull it down? What information did you gather as the assembly that the pedestrians pulled down these mesh?
Most of you realize that it's been done in the night because daytime, more often you see the city guards here and the police, so they wouldn't do that. So more often than not, it's done in the night. So when you come in the morning, you see that the fence walls are down. And then we assume that, okay, it wasn't reinforced or it wasn't strong enough. So the decision was made, and as you can see, we have erected new fence walls with the razor blades at the top because they used to pull it down from the top. So now that the razor blades are at the top, you cannot easily do it because you get hurt. And then the fence wall, the wall, this thing.
So before that, maybe you can just pan and let's see what is happening. One individual has been prevented and asked to return after he tried crossing this place, and ideally he's not supposed to do so. So you can see the guards here have told him to return and use the footbridge, which is what they are doing here, and the enforcement they are putting in place here. So you were talking about you are talking about some few things that you are putting in place. Yeah,
so the mesh, we have done it, it is stronger now, and we have, the assembly has added the pipes to enforce it, and from both sides, from Redco to the Zongo Junction down, it's been done. So now it's difficult for them to cross. And secondly, we have the city guards here. So what happens is that early in the morning by 5 a.m. we have our city guards here directing traffic and also ensuring that people don't cross or break the fence. And so they ensure, then in the afternoon by 8 in the morning, the city guards would have left. And then we have a new task force, we call them sanitation task force. They ensure that our roads are clean. We don't dump rubbish all over the place.
Because I can see how clean this place is. Prior to that, you'd see that the place is very messy. People have dumped refuse there, here and all that.
Yeah, it's true. And then because we had our environmental officers working, but because of the nature of Madina, it is a trading center. So you can imagine the volume of refuse. And so people are always, before you come in the morning, in the night, the junkies and all the people that collect from homes and from the markets, they dump by the roadside. And because the numbers were few, and then of course naturally people after working they will go to bed in the night, so they do take advantage. Early morning they come to do that. So assembly decided to do what? Employ additional hands, and so we have employed sanitation task force. They are in uniform, as you can see. We have given them uniform, and they run shifts. We have a good number of them. They run shifts, so they close at 10 p.m. and they come early as 8 because some will work and then they run shift like I said. So up at to 10 p.m. we make sure that nobody comes to dump refuse at the roadside.
But let's talk about the number of deaths you've recorded, the number of crashes you've reported that has led to people losing their lives. In the month of December, what was the number? Or let's say 3 months before now, what was the number? If you have any statistics to help us on that.
But that's at December, the statistics from maybe a previous year to last year was 61. Yes, so it was very important for us to do it. And like I was saying, we have done the mesh, and the city guards are here. The police is also assisting, and our sanitation guards, apart from ensuring the cleanliness of the place, they also help in the traffic. So when the sanitation guards come to ensure that nobody crosses by foot, the city guards move to the footbridges. As at November, we did a decongestion exercise. Before then, the footbridges were taken over by traders. And so pedestrians could not, there was no way for you to pass. Even if you passed, it was with difficulty. So the assembly, with the leadership of the municipal chief executive, had a massive decongestion exercise at the Zongo Junction and Redco. And then we made sure that all the traders were cleared off. And then so now the place is clean. They were cleared off, and the environmental health officers went to clean the place, sweeping and cleaning the place. And then now the city guards are there. They monitor, they're patrolling the whole day to ensure that nobody comes to sell there. And so the footbridges are now free. People can move freely. And also before then, when it's dark from 6 p.m., it's reported that there were robberies. People attack pedestrians when they try to cross.
On the footbridge.
Yes, so that compels them, that's the excuse, that compels them to come and then cross the road by foot, and then the casualties. So because of that, the MCE, again, by his leadership, have installed solar lights at the footbridges both. So in the night, the place is well lighted, and then there's no risk or there's no fear of darkness for anybody to lure or lag behind and come and steal from anybody. So the place is now free day and night. There are people watching the footbridges to ensure that it is safe, and then traders also don't come display their wares to take over the footbridge. And in the night, again, like I said, we have solar lights that illuminates the place, and so day and night, the place is now okay for pedestrians to use and the traffic to also flow freely.
Beautiful. So you've covered all angles to ensure that people are forced to use the footbridge. But one may ask, sustainability, because we've seen an action like this from the previous administration. Let's not politicize this, from the Greater Accra Regional Minister then, that is Henry Korte. But they've also come in here to intensify measures. How sustainable is this?
Yeah, it's sustainable because, like I said earlier, we have employed extra hands and they are on our payroll. And so we have employed them in good numbers. Some, they run shifts. So some come early in the morning. By midday, they close. Others take over from midnight to maybe 4 to 3 to 4. And then the rest take over from there till 10 p.m. So it's sustainable. Once we have the people and we have detailed them and instructed them on what to do, and there are people who monitor, officers are monitoring, and the police is also here to help. And so once we have the shift from dawn, that is 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., then it's sustainable. Yes, it is.
And also, looking at the sustainability that you said that is sustainable, are there challenges that your men have told you that they are facing, though they are enforcing the laws? They are ensuring that people use the footbridge instead of crossing the street.
Oh yes, naturally. This has become the new normal. The normal then was that they will cross by foot. But this has become the new normal. So definitely it will take time. So you have some few stubborn ones, like you saw, somebody crossing and they have to turn him back. So of course, we'll certainly have that challenge. It is expected. But then gradually, once the awareness is going on, and then people are getting to know that assembly is serious and there's no way they are going to compromise, definitely with time everybody will fall in line.
Hello,
because
Philip.
when you cross, you are being turned back, and you can see majority, only a few, 1 or 2 are breaking the rule and doing the otherwise. So
Hello.
Definitely there will be challenges, but
Yeah, so Jude, I can hear you. Is there
Yes.
a question you want to ask?
Yes, I want you to pose to her whether there are plans to deal with traders who have, put their wares on the footbridge and are selling there. Hello, Philip. Did you get my question?
Okay. I think she also spoke about the fact that these traders have been... I got your question. She's also indicates that traders have been taken off the footbridge. So maybe at the end of this entire interview, we will take a stroll on the footbridge and you see how clear the place is, which is accommodating a number of pedestrians to use the footbridge. But before we visit the footbridge, I want to find out from you, how many months did it take you to ideate or to put these ideas together and eventually implement it?
okay, I think from June thereabout, like I was saying, our MC, he's an indigene of Madina.
So he knows the issues.
Yes, and he's been an assembly member, a presiding member, so he's very much aware of all that. So when he came to office, he informed management it's one of his priorities to ensure sanity on our road and to make sure that the footbridge is put to its use. So right after he took over or he settled, we just started discussing at management meetings, and then he involved MUSEC, that's the Security Council, and then it took, so almost immediately he took office. But of course, before everything can take fruition and succeed, we need to plan. So after the meetings, we planned, strategized, and then also took time to involve the key people, and then also recruit the kind of people that we will need. You understand? The kind of people that will need to be able to do the exercise. And so it took, let's say, a period of 5 months, but then it's been behind the scene, working, planning, and doing the right thing.
So we want to move to the footbridge. Will you want to join us? Okay, so Judy, maybe you can take the lead so that we see what is happening in front of us as we move to the footbridge for you to see how clear the place is. But one thing I'm learning from this assembly is that the assembly is trying to set the pace for other assemblies to also follow. Mind you, when you visit a place like La Paz, now there is a bigger issue there where pedestrians or people are crossing the road indiscriminately instead of they using the footbridge. You go to Kwashiman, it's also same. You also go to a place like Kaswa, it's also same. But if you are able to get pedestrians to do the right thing by being on the footbridges and using the footbridges instead of the streets, we are definitely going to reduce travel time, because then we wouldn't be seeing the gridlock that ordinarily will be seen on this stretch. And mind you, when you go to these places, or previously if you come to Madina here, you could stay in gridlock for about 30 minutes to an hour before you cross just the Madina Zongo Junction to the other side of the stretch, wherever you are going to. So, Jude, as you can see on your shot now, we are on the footbridge.
Interesting. What can you report with regards to the state of affairs?
It's so clear that traders have been cleared and the place is... Come again?
No, go on, Philip.
Hello? Yeah, so as you can see in the shots there, it's a place that can accommodate a lot of people, because previously, if you come here, you see that a lot of traders were here and they had blocked the path where people would ordinarily cross or use.
Wow.
And the complaint has been that the footbridge is very long, but from what I'm seeing, it's not that long. So you should be able to cross this footbridge. But let's stand here a bit and have conversation on how free the stretch is. So in the middle of the road, you can see that no individual is being allowed to use the stretch. That is the middle of the road. Everyone has been asked to use footbridge, and I think this is brilliant.
Yes, it is. It is, and it makes life comfortable for everybody. It is.
But also with the traders that you've taken them off the footbridge, what is also the plan for this? Because sometimes you would see that though you've taken the traders off, with time they also return.
Yes, that's why I said earlier that we have city gas patrolling day and night to ensure that they don't come back. And we've also been able to feed them into the main market. Some of them, there are spaces, so some of them have been able to find spaces. And also there's a land that is a market, but it's not fully developed. So the plan is that after everything is settled, the rest will be put there, including the drivers here, those that have put a station here.
Go ahead. You said those that are what?
Yeah, there's a station here. That's also part of the pedestrian movement. It hampers their movement. So they will all be sent there. It's not far from here. There's a station there. It's a market. So with time, we'll move all of them there. But we are here to re-engineer the place to make sure that all the needed facilities there for them to go. So that when they go, they will stay. Because you know, market women are stubborn by nature. If it's not up to what they expect, they will move back. So we'll have to take our time. We are taking our time to do everything there is to be done. Then when we move them, they stay permanent.
But there's also been a complaint that the footbridge is very long. For that reason, people cannot cross. From the Assembly's point of view, what do you also make of the length of the footbridge? Is it long or it's okay?
I think it's okay. And also, if there's always a price compared to losing lives and using the footbridge. And like you said, from here to this place, it's a means of exercise. Yes, when you walk on it.
Of course, it is. It is.
It's okay. This is the only way it has to be done. We thought it was discussed at management meeting because staff, we also talked about it, this same complaint. The father is long and it's widened, but then the engineering, this is the best that could be done. Looking at the facilities and the buildings and everything that is here, this is the best we have, but then relatively it's not that long. It's just an excuse for us to do the wrong thing.
But older men and also the disabled may not be able to use the footbridge. From your assembly, is there a plan? I understand that there's something like a pragya that helps the people to cross from one side to the other. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, we have. You see, when we stood there, you could see that those who are crossing, if you observed, a lot of motors have been passing. It means that those who would have before then used any means to cross by foot, they are now using the motor. It's also another means of avoiding to cross by foot and also make another form of living for the motor riders. And also on the footbridge, we have the disability-friendly accessway. It's there. So yes, once they are able to use it, so the bridge is catered for those who are walking, who are able, and those who are not able to walk freely. They have the disability-friendly side that they can also use. So for me, I think there's no excuse for anybody. We've all been catered for, and we can make good use of the footbridge.
So for now, it's zero tolerance for people who are crossing in the middle of the road.
It is, because this is a major road and it is bad. It is just a no-no. We cannot afford to keep having this thing. And honestly, it's also tarnishing the image of the assembly because it blocks traffic. When you see it those times, I mean, before then, if you see it, it's bad. The number of people that gather to cross, huge numbers, 40, 50 at a go. Crossing, and sometimes if they don't do the calculations well and then you are knocked down by a vehicle. Lives, we are resource to the nation and we can't afford, assembly cannot afford to be losing lives.
Okay, thank you. So Jude, that is it there. She has spoken extensively. That's the Deputy Chief Director for the Langpantanan Municipal Madina Municipal Assembly. I'll try and speak to one or two of the pedestrians and find out from them how easy or difficult it is for them to use the footbridge. You know, we've had that conversation. People saying that it's very difficult to use the footbridge and all that. But gentlemen, good morning. How are you?
So this is a running story we'll be covering all through the day. Of course, we know how this particular issue erupted somewhere in November 2018. The death of a West African senior secondary school girl, you know, led to a series of protests on the stretch, urging government to construct the footbridge. Fast forward, the footbridge will be constructed, but in recent times we are being told that it's been abandoned as pedestrians would rather cross the road than use it. But the assembly is now putting together stringent measures to ensure that there's some level of compliance with regards to the use of the footbridge. My colleague Philip is in the area following up on the story and engaging pedestrians. All through the week, we'll be bringing you updates on that. But